Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well. From wherever you're watching this channel, there has been talk about Edwin Sifuna's resignation, especially after the statements which Edwin Sifuna delivered. Very tough stands that forced the central organ, the main organ of ODM, to sit down and relook the MOU. Now, guess what? Even after the press statement that was delivered by Sifuna and the team, there is still word that Sifuna had tendered his resignation, but the resignation was intercepted by Osotsi, who is the deputy party leader, and Anyang' Nyong'o. They intercepted the letter and reined in on this matter, and Raila Amolo Odinga, we are told, that had to talk to Edwin Sifuna not to resign. So this is confirmed in this tweet that I'm going to share, ladies and gentlemen, about that explosive revelation. But first and foremost, before I share the tweet, kindly take this opportunity, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much for those of you who supported this channel by liking and subscribing. Now, let me take you through the tweet from Maverick Aoko. It says, "Late night tea. Sifuna wrote his resignation letter. Said riffraffs like Atandi cannot give him ultimatum. His letter was intercepted by Nyong'o and Osotsi, who reasoned out with him to talk to Raila first. Raila hugged him and told him not to leave. He told Sifuna intergenerational conclave garbage equals set, and that Sifuna will lead the youth conversation was what he was told. Best part, ODM will produce deputy president candidate and Nairobi governor candidate for 2027. Sakaja will vie under ODM." So this was an explosive revelation by Maverick Aoko. I know many of you don't believe what she says, but on this one, we need to dig deep. So now we have a part where Atandi has been mentioned here. But again, if you go to the statements that Atandi has been making lately, you find that Atandi has been on the side that supports the broad-based government, whereas Edwin Sifuna has made his stand known that unless the MOU is honored, he is not pro-broad-based.
On our party ODM, I want to tell our people, members of our party, those who are in our party who are, expressing divergent views about our partnership with William Ruto, that political parties are not anchored, or they are not built merely by rhetorics. You don't build a political party by simply rhetoricking and making noise. Political parties are built even using resources. So even if you are a member of ODM and you are holding a leadership position, you should tell us how much contribution you are making, other than rhetorics. Because some people who have all simply came recently and the only thing they do is to make noise. They seem to talk like they know they are holding ODM party like this. If you ask Oburu Oginga and Raila Amolo Odinga, they will tell you that they spent family resources to build ODM. They have forfeited their own happiness and investment that they should have used to support the Odinga family. They put that money in the ODM party. So if you just joined ODM yesterday and you think you know ODM so much that you can even begin to counter Oba by saying, I want to question you that you are treading on a very slippery path. And we don't fear anybody. ODM will never be brought down by one rhetoric. If ODM was to fall, ODM would be sorry because of the exit of Ababu Namwamba. Ababu Namwamba knew that akienda ataenda na chama. He went in, Ababu is today history. Nobody even hears about Ababu Namwamba. Sasa hii Sifuna akienda, what will happen? Yeah, so you can, if you threaten us that you can leave ODM, you can leave. Jared Okello is here. Jared Okello has better English because Jared Okello went to school in England. He went to school in America. He can speak better English than even some of these people who are claiming to be speaking for the party. So the people speaking for the party, we can get anyone to speak for the party.
So we are told about a letter from Edwin Sifuna. Now, if I may take you back to Yvonne Okwara's interview on Edwin Sifuna. Sifuna pointed out something, said he's ready to leave the position he holds if at all ni lazima broad-based johiwe. You see, the position here from Sifuna ni kwamba broad-based can only exist if the MOU is honored. But according to Atandi, Atandi wants the broad base to exist whether MOU is honored or not. So I think that is where now there's a problem between the two leaders. That's why you find that Edwin Sifuna cannot toe the line the way Atandi anataka, kwamba either you support this initiative ama you utoke. Now, this, if at all Edwin Sifuna vacates that position, now there's going to be a repercussion there. One, the Luya votes, the number of Luya votes in ODM itaenda chini kabisa. That is a reality that you can't run away from. But Atandi knows very well that ODM is Raila, because according to him, he believes that ODM is Raila, then whatever Raila says is what should be done. But these are the kind of people who are spoiling Raila Odinga's chances, always wanamharibia by their reckless remarks. How can Atandi think that ODM, because according to Raila Odinga, he thinks that there should be divergent views for that party to grow. That explains why Sifuna has always been having his own ways by putting his own position known, and the position of Edwin Sifuna has always been on the policies of ODM. And since he is the Secretary General, he has to have a stand, unlike people like Atandi, who are there courtesy of the fact that wamepewa cheo. You know, Atandi inherited the position that was initially Dini Nyoros. So that explains why yeye ni rubber stamp. Yeye atapiga ata rubber stamp anything that happens. Even if there are abduction, he will. Even if kuna vitu ambazo hazifai, he will. Corruption iko, but he will see rubber stamp everything. But Sifuna will not. So that is a distinction between the two leaders, ladies and gentlemen. So based on this explosive revelation from Maverick Aoko, what do you have to say? Should Sifuna go ahead and just resign and leave office, allow ODM to replace him with another person of their own choice, or should they just be there to, make sure that the ship does not sink? Which way for Sifuna, ladies and gentlemen?
First, the issue of Sifuna, Edward Sifuna. I think none of you knows how Edwin Sifuna came into ODM. Edwin used to write in the Standard very good articles. And after serving 12 years as Secretary General of ODM, I asked the party leader to allow me to concentrate in developing the research wing of the party and give the technocracy to another Secretary General. We tried a few people. It never worked. So one day I said, this young man who writes so well in the Standard and has an email address, let me call him to have a lunch with him. And I had lunch with Sifuna at the United Kenya Club, and I was very impressed. So I went to talk to the party leader. There's a young man here who I want to introduce to the party, he's a professional journalist. So can you meet him? The party leader said yes. When he met Sifuna, he was very impressed. And after a few weeks, Sifuna was made the Secretary General of ODM and has served faithfully till today. Makofi kwake basi. Secondly, I think you read the interview that Sifuna had Kenya Times recently, where he made it very, very clear. Being the Secretary General at the spokesperson of the party, he clarified every issue. And since then, we have not seen any writing about Sifuna in the newspapers at all. Sasa wewe ni nani? Sasa wewe unaanza leo kupinga Sifuna. Wewe ni nani? We in the party sourced Sifuna from his professional work to bring him to the party. And he has been doing an excellent job since then. Ama sivyo? So let us support him. We in the party support him. Let the people support him. The guy is built for the future. Ama sivyo? The guy is built for the future. You know what I mean? Ukiangalia huko mbele, utaona Sifuna.
So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Till you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.